Padmapurana. Uttarakhand. BADRIKASHRAMA. Once, on being asked by the sages about the greatness of BADRIKASHRAMA, Suta narrated the same tale, which Lord Shiva had once told sage Narada. Lord Mahadeva had told Narada that altogether there were 125,000 mountains and BADRIKASHRAMA was supreme among them. Lord Mahadeva said BADRIKASHRAMA is the abode of Lord Narayan. Narayan, the origin of all creations, has 4 arms and his complexion is dark. Narayan manifests himself in both forms, Sakar as well as Nirakar. He is the eternal Purusha and is worshipped by people during the full period of Uttarayan. Since BADRIKASHRAMA is covered with snow during the period of Dakshinayan, Narayan is not worshipped during these 6 months. All the deities dwell at BADRIKASHRAMA. The sages live in their hermitages at BADRIKASHRAMA. River Alaknanda flows at BADRIKASHRAMA. Anybody taking a dip in the holy water of Alaknanda becomes liberated from his sins. Describing about the reason why River Ganga was brought down on the earth, Lord Mahadeva told Narada, King Bhagrat was the architect of Ganga's arrival on the earth. He wanted to liberate his dead ancestors from the curse of sage Kapila. King Sagar came from the lineage of the famous King Harishchandra. Sagar had 2 queens. The elder queen had 60,000 sons while the younger queen had just 1, Panchajan. Panchajan's son was Anshuman, who himself was the father of Dilip. Dilip was the father of Bhagrat. Bhagrat did an austere penance on the Himalayas for 10,000 years. As a result, River Ganga descended on the earth. I, Shiva, held her in the locks of my hair and she remained there for 10,000 more years. Bhagrat requested me to release Ganga so that his ancestors could be liberated. I agreed to release Ganga and Bhagrat took her to the Patal Loka where his ancestors had been charred to death due to Kapila's curse. Bhagrat sprinkled the water of Ganga on the ashes of his ancestors and each of them attained salvation as a result. Eventually, Ganga resurfaced at Haridwar, the most sacred place of pilgrimage. Sage Narada curiously asked Lord Mahadeva as to what made Shani such a volatile planet. Lord Mahadeva replied, Shani is extremely violent by nature and everybody is scared of this planet. Once, the royal astrologer of Dasharat was petrified at the prospect of Shani entering the constellation of Rohini and warned him of its dire consequences. If the Shani is not prevented from entering Rohini, then famine would occur lasting for more than 12 years, said the royal astrologers. Dasharat went above the sky to subdue the might of Shani well armed with divine weapons. Shani became terrified on seeing Dasharat in such a menacing mood and expressed his willingness to fulfill his desires. Qualities of Vaishnav. Giving a detailed description of the qualities of Vaishnava, Lord Shiva told Narada. A person who has total devotion in Lord Vishnu is called Vaishnava. He is truthful, kind and forgiving by nature. He engages himself in austere penance and refrains from any kind of violence. He wears a tulsi bead in his neck and puts on tilak. He is well versed in sacred text like the Vedas, Puranas etc. The mere sight of Vaishnava is enough to liberate a sinner from all his sins. Feeding Vaishnava bestows virtue equivalent to feeding thousands of ordinary Brahmins. Indraprastha. The sages inquired from Suta about the holiest city situated on the banks of river Yamuna. Suta narrated the tale which sage Saubhari had once told Yudhisthira. Once, Narada and Parvat were travelling through an aerial route. While they were flying over Kandha forest, they were lured by the beautiful sight of river Yamuna. They decided to take rest for a while. Both of them descended down and entered river Yamuna to take their bath. Meanwhile, King Shibi who ruled over Ushana saw them. He eagerly waited at the bank of Yamuna. When Narada and Parvat emerged out of the Yamuna, they found King Shibi eagerly waiting for them. Meanwhile King Shibi had noticed the remains of numerous Vaikuntha's, oblation altars, spread in a large area. After the formal exchanges of pleasantries were over, King Shibi asked Narada about those Vaikuntha's. Narada replied, during ancient times Indra had performed numerous yagas at this place to express his gratitude to Lord Vishnu, with whose blessings he had regained the heaven from the clutches of Hiranyakashipu. In course of time, this place became famous as Indraprastha. This sacrosanct place is holier than all the holy places combined together. Indraprastha is spread in the area of 1 yojan from east to west and 4 yojans from north to south. Vaikuntha, the abode of Lord Vishnu. Describing about the grandeur of Vaikuntha, Lord Shiva told Parvati, a person who has total devotion in Vishnu attains to Vaikuntha after his death. Vaikuntha is the abode of Vishnu and constitutes of numerous Janapadas. The magnificence of Vaikuntha is beyond description, and it houses many grand palaces fully decorated with jewels and diamonds. The central part of Vaikuntha is called Ayodhya and is well protected by dwarpals named Chanda, Prakanda, Bhadra, Subhadra, Jaya, Vijay, Datta, and Vata. Vaikuntha is inhabited by countless divine people who live in well-illuminated houses. In the central part is situated the antahuri of Lord Vishnu. It is inhabited by celestial beauties, apsaras. There is a divine canopy situated just at the center of antahuri, where Lord Vishnu has his divine throne. The divine throne is surrounded by deities as well as by the embodiments of all the 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda. The deities Agni, Surya and Chandrama have their dwellings at the center of Vishnu's throne. There is a grand pedestal called Yogapith established on the throne. A beautiful lotus flower is established on the Yogapith on which is seated Lord Vishnu along with his consort Lakshmi. Lord Vishnu appears divine in his complexion of a blue lotus, whose radiance is enough to subdue crores of sun. He has radiant earrings hanging down his earlobes. His forehead is covered with curly hair. He has the famous Kaustubh mani in his neck. He holds a Conchanda chakra in each of his 2 hands, and the remaining 2 hands are in the posture of giving blessings. The incarnations of Matsya and Kurma. Once, Goddess Parvati expressed her desire to know about all the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Lord Mahadeva replied, Lord Brahma had created numerous Prajapatis like Bhrigu, Marichi, Atri, Daksha, Kardam, Pulastya, Pulaha, Angira, and Kratu. Marichi was the father of Kashyapa. Sage Kashyapa had 4 wives: Aditi, Diti, Kadru, and Vinita. Aditi was the mother of deities while Diti gave birth to demons like Makara, Hayagriva, Mahabali, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Jamba, Maya etc. Makara was a mighty demon, who after deceitfully acquiring the Vedas from Lord Brahma had hidden himself inside an ocean. Lord Brahma requested Vishnu to liberate the sacred Vedas from the possession of Makara. Lord Vishnu then took the incarnation of Matsya and after killing Makara gave back the Vedas to Lord Brahma. Davasa was the son of Sagetri. Once, he went to Indraloka to see Indra. At that time, Indra was planning to go out somewhere. Davasa presented a garland of parijat flowers to Indra. Indra, after receiving the garland from Davasa, kept it carelessly on the forehead of his elephant, Airavat. This garland was trampled under its feet by the elephant, which infuriated Davasa. He cursed Indra by saying, "Immense prosperity has made you arrogant. But you will become a pauper within a very short time." Davasa's words came to be true, and Indra found that not only the heaven but all the 3 worlds had become bereft of goddess Lakshmi. Prosperity vanished and poverty prevailed everywhere. The deities became worried and went to take the help of Brahma. Brahma took the deities to Lord Vishnu. Vishnu became pleased with their eulogy and said, "I will take incarnation as Kurma. If the ocean were churned with the help of Mandarikal mountain and Vasuki, then goddess Lakshmi would manifest herself. I shall hold the Mandarikal mountain on my back." This way the churning of ocean commenced. The Mandarikal mountain was uprooted and placed inside the Kshir Sagar and rested on the back of Lord Kurma. The serpent, Vasuki, was held by deities and demons on both the ends. First of all, the most venomous poison, Kalkat, emerged from the ocean. Seeing both the deities and demons unwilling to accept it, Lord Shiva drank it. After the emergence of Kalkat, goddess Daridra and Varuni manifested themselves. Similarly, Airavat, elephant, Uakashrava, horse, Dhanvantari, Zurabhi and Parijatri emerged from the ocean. Ultimately, goddess Lakshmi manifested herself. The deities requested her to dwell in the heart of Lord Vishnu and bless all the three worlds by her presence. Goddess Lakshmi agreed and blessed them. Describing Lord Vishnu's incarnation as Parshurama, Lord Mahadeva told Parvati, sage Jamadani came from the lineage of Bhrigu. He had pleased Indra by his tremendous penance and received Zurabhi in return. In course of time he married the daughter of King Renuka, whose name was Renuka. A child was born to them, who was named Rama by sage Bhrigu. The child was also known as Jamaganya because of Jamdani. After growing up, Rama became proficient in all the scriptures. He also mastered various weaponaries. One day, the king of Hayaya named Arjuna arrived at the hermitage of Jamadani. Sage Jamdani treated the king with due honor and respect. He presented numerous gifts to the king. Arjuna wanted nothing else but the Zurabhi cow from sage Jamdani, which he was unwilling to part away with. Ultimately, Arjuna forcibly took away the divine cow. The cow was unwilling to go along with Arjuna and she attacked his army with her sharp horns. As a result, Arjuna's whole army was liquidated within no time. The revengeful Arjuna killed Jamadani. At the time of this incident, Rama was not present in the hermitage. Rama wanted to avenge his father's death and did a tremendous penance to please Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu became pleased by his devotion and presented many divine weapons to him. The weapons included the famous axe, Parsu, and Vaishnav, bow. After acquiring Parsu from Lord Vishnu, Rama became famous as Parshurama. He had vowed to kill all the Kshatriyas, which he did only. The clan of Ikshvaku was spared by him as he had promised his mother that he would not harm Ikshvaku and his clan. After freeing the earth from the terror of Kshatriyas, Parshurama performed an Ashwamedha Yajna and donated his whole kingdom to the Brahmins. He then went to do penance at the hermitage of Naran.